Folks, as a North Carolinian, I can tell you what a real man is. And this ain't it, Chief. Let's watch.
We are doing support the 535 Americans that were held captured from January 6th.
Political hostages. So this is something that we are trying to figure out everything out about. There are some criminal activities going on in my office.
This guy's like, I can't even be associated with this. What's on my cell phone? Like, what am I like? This guy is, she is like, oh God, I don't want my face on the camera for the background here. She's like, oh Lord, the cameras are on and it's happening. Like look at the background. This guy is just like, yo, I wonder what's on that buffet table. Is there any like fucking chicken legs left? Like, and then this guy's like, bro, can I look at your phone, man? This is so weird. Like, and that I just
literally we are not want to be able to ask almost any federal agency any question we want. And when we're seeking answers, they are giving us the biggest runaround that you possibly can imagine. And so, the big problem is we don't actually know where all the political prisoners are. And so actually be able to go and try and bust them out. And let me tell you, the reason why they've taken these political prisoners is because they're trying to make an example. To say, because they don't want to see the mass protests going on in Washington. They don't want to see people redressing their government for leaving 13 Marines to die in Afghanistan.
When are you going to call us to Washington again?
We are actively working on that one. I don't have an answer to that one.
folks, what? Okay. So not only is threatening and attempting to massacre politicians, they're just protesting. And they're political prisoners. And then someone in the crowd says, when you go call us back, I'm gonna go back to Washington. I'm gonna get my gun, gonna go on down to Washington. And then Madison is like, oh, we're working on it. We're working. What do you, like, are you working on anything? Like, what?
Yeah, ma'am, we are actually working on this. We have a few plans in motion that I can't make public right now. But this is something that we're working on. There are a lot of Republicans who don't want to talk about this because, you know, they say, oh, that's too controversial. What's controversial is we have 536 people who are being held in solitary confinement for 23 hours out of the day who are not being allowed to be able to have religious freedoms.
There are only 535 people in solitary confinement? Or is it just the political prisoners? What on God's green earth is going on here?
Who are having their rights stripped away from them, not being able, incapable of being able to have someone come represent them. It's political hostages. And this is something that when I first started hearing about, I was like, no way that's going on. But my friends, I'll tell you, with the small amount of investigating we've done, it is going on.
They did. So, my friend told me that something was happening, and I said, there's no way that's happening. And then we did a small investigation, and guess what we found? It's happening. What? Like, what? What? I'm just like, I'm dead. I am without life right now. I just have no idea what's happening. Like, these motherfuckers are crazy. Where, what, and when, and how, and why? And what? And emphasis on what? Like, what? What? Like, I'm so confused. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Madison Cawthorn, folks. Somehow, again, this is what happens. The 14th Amendment, folks. Thou shalt not be a member of Congress or any elected body and have aided or embedded an insurrection. Now, I may have, you know, messed up the words there and introduced thou for whatever reason, but he's literally illegally, like, his seat is illegal. He is violating the law every time he steps into office. The entire Republican Party is illegal. Under the 14th Amendment, specifically Section 3, it essentially says that if you are an elected official and you voted to overthrow the election, you are illegally occupying that seat. You do not belong there. But we don't live in a world where the Constitution gets upheld. People get thrown in prison for free speech all the time. People get shot and killed for having legal weapons on them all the time by police. Police will illegally search people's homes and cars all the time. People are murdered and massacred. The death penalty is a violation, cruel and unusual punishment. It's a violation of the Constitution. So whatever, fuck it. 14th Amendment, who cares? And this is what happens when you let these people just roam free. I'm salivating just thinking about invoking the 14th Amendment right now, but fuck.